Good morning, children. Saira. Welcome to part 5 of Geography Chapter 7, that is Human Environment, Settlement, Transport and Communication. So, children, this is the last part of this chapter. So, I want you all to be very attentive and be ready with your pen and your notepad. Okay. So, like always, a small recap on what we did in the last video. We started with waterways. We learned that waterways are the cheapest for carrying heavy and bulky goods over long distances. We learned that there are mainly two types of waterways: inland waterways and sea routes. Inland waterways are navigable rivers and lakes and are used for the same purpose, right, for carrying heavy and bulky goods. Now, example of inland waterways is Ganga Brahmaputra river system, the great lakes in North America and the river Nile in Africa. Sea routes. These routes are mostly used for transporting merchandise and goods from one country to another. These routes are connected with the ports. Then we also learn about some important ports of the world like Singapore and Mumbai in Asia, New York, Los Angeles in North America, Rio de Janeiro in South America, Durban and Cape Town in Africa, Sydney in Australia, London and Rotterdam in Europe, so on and so forth. After that, children, we learned about airways. We learned that airways is the fastest way of transport developed in the early 20th century. It is also the most expensive one due to high cost of fuels. Then we learned about ATC. Full form of ATC is air traffic control. We also learned that air traffic is adversely affected by bad weather like fog and storms. Airways is the only mode of transport to reach the most remote and distant areas, especially where there are no roads and railways. Helicopters are extremely useful in most inaccessible areas and in times of calamities for rescuing people and distributing food, water, clothes, medicine, etc. Some of the most important airports in the world are Delhi, Mumbai, New York, London, Paris, Frankfurt and Cairo. So children, now we are going to start with major seaports and airports. Okay, basically we are going to start with the map work. Now this is the picture of major seaports and airports. This is a picture of the world map. Okay, figure 7.11 from your textbook, page number 53. Okay, so children, now let us start with the map first. I know you all must be thinking that there are so many lines over here and so many markings, and how are we going to understand everything, and how are we going to keep everything in our minds and all. It is very easy, children. Nothing to worry about. Basically, You need to know all the continents very well. Once you know the continents, you will have a fair idea about where the ports and airports are located. Obviously, I'm not going to tell you to learn each and everything. I'll be giving you a list of important seaports and airports. But still, children, practice as much as you can at home. Okay, this will help you in future in your higher standards. So it's very important from your 8th, 9th and 10th point of view. So let us begin now. Children, basically the lines which you can see in red color, okay, the lines which you can see in red colors are air routes, and the ones in blue are sea routes. I am repeating again, the ones in red are air routes while those in blue are sea routes. Now let us understand some important sea routes and airports. If you want, children, you may just note it down. Okay, so I have highlighted the important ones. You just need to understand them and learn them or keep them in mind very well. The first one, if you see, is Lobito to Cape Town. If you can just see, children, I have already marked it in blue. So the first one is Lobito to Cape Town. It is a sea route. It is a sea route. Okay, so you may note it down. The first important sea route which you need to study is Lobito to Cape Town. The second one, let me just zoom it for you so that you can see it properly. Yeah, so the second one is Dhaka to Bangkok. Again, it is a sea route, Dhaka to Bangkok. Okay, after that we have New Orleans to New York. New Orleans to New York. Again, it is a sea route, New Orleans to New York. After that, we have Kuwait to Dubai. We have Kuwait to Dubai. Okay, so these are few sea routes that you need to practice at home. Now let us move on to the air routes. Okay, so children, I am repeating this again. In your textbook, the air routes are marked in red and the sea routes are marked in blue, whereas for your reference, I have marked sea routes as well as air routes in blue, but then again I am giving you the list. I am repeating it again and again. I am repeating the name of the places again and again so that you can write it down and you can, you will get to know how it is supposed to be marked. So obviously in your revision lectures too, I will be giving you the list of all these sea routes, these air routes and sea routes as well. So you need not worry about it. This is just for you to practice at home. Okay, so Now let us have a look at the air route. The first one that we are having now is Sao Paulo to Johannesburg. Sao Paulo to Johannesburg. Sao Paulo falls in South America, whereas Johannesburg comes in Africa. So Sao Paulo comes in South America, whereas Johannesburg comes in Africa. Sao Paulo to Johannesburg. The next one we have is Hong Kong to Jakarta. Hong Kong to Jakarta. Please note it down. Hong Kong to Jakarta. After that, we have Los Angeles to Santiago. Los Angeles to Santiago. So it's not Los Angeles in North America to Santiago in South America. Okay, so children, the colors that I told you about the sea routes and the air routes is as per the old geography book that I have. In case if you have anything different, okay, if anything different color is given for air routes and sea routes, kindly ignore it. Just keep in mind the places that you need to locate. Okay, any which ways we'll be doing it, I will be covering this again in your revision lectures as well, so don't worry about it. Now let us move on to our next topic, that is communication. So what do we understand by communication? Communication is the process of conveying message to others. With the development of technology, humans have devised new and fast modes of communication. The advancement in the field of communication has brought about an information revolution in the entire world. Different modes of communication are used to provide information, to educate, as well as to entertain. Mass media is one of the means of communication which communicate with large number of people through newspapers, radios and television. Invention of satellites have not only made the communication faster, but it has also helped in oil exploration, survey of forest, underground water, mineral wealth, weather forecast and disaster warning. So with the help of internet, we can send electronic mails, that is emails, gather worldwide information and interact with people, reserve tickets for railways, airways and even cinemas and hotels sitting at home. So we are doing everything online nowadays, right? This is all we are doing with the help of internet. Not only that, we are also taking our lectures online now. So internet has helped us or has become a boon for us, isn't it? Wireless telephone communication through cellular phones have become very, very popular today. With this kind of interconnectivity of people, services and institutions across the world, we are all a large global society. A wireless telephonic communication through cellular phones have become very, very popular today, right? Now let us move on to the next section, children. Now let us take a small quiz on the chapter. First one, which is the best means of transport to reach inaccessible areas? Option 1, airways. Option 2, waterways. Option 3, railways. And option 4, roadways. So children, what do you think is the correct answer? Yes, the correct answer is airways. Let us move on to the second one now. Which type of settlement is occupied for a short time? A, permanent settlements. B, temporary settlements. C, both A and B. D, none of this. So which settlement is occupied for a short time? Answer is temporary settlement, right? Short period is temporary and long period is permanent. Long period as in long lasting is permanent, isn't it? So the answer is temporary settlement. Next one, in which environment do people build slanting roofs of their houses? A, heavy rainfall. B, bright sunlight. C, heavy cold. And D, none of this. We have learned this in first standard, right children? People build slanting roofs of their houses in areas of heavy rainfall. So the answer is heavy rainfall. Yes. Which type of road is constructed under the ground? A, flyover. B, express highways. C, subways. What is the answer, children? Yes, the answer is subways. In which of the following settlements are people engaged in activities like fishing, agriculture, crafts work, etc.? A, rural settlements. B, urban settlements. C, forestry settlements. And D, none of these. Yes children, what is the answer? Answer is A, rural settlements. I end this video of Geography chapter 7. See you in the next video. Till then, goodbye and keep learning.